December didn't steal my money. I gave it away without realizing it. That's the scariest part, because when money disappears quietly, you don't fight it. You don't question it. You let it happen again. Welcome to Bank It Up. Today, I'm breaking down how December quietly destroyed my finances, not through one big mistake, but through a series of small decisions that felt harmless, and how you can avoid making the same mistake. December doesn't look like a financial threat. That's exactly why it works. There's no panic, no red alert, no moment where your bank app says you're in trouble. Instead, December feels warm. It feels emotional. It feels like a reward for surviving the year. Your brain switches modes, from logic to emotion, from planning to permission, and the moment spending stops feeling risky. Discipline disappears. That's how December wins. Here's how it started for me. Not with something expensive, not with a reckless purchase. It started with permission. Permission to spend a little more than usual. Permission to stop checking numbers so closely. Permission to say, I'll deal with it later. One dinner turned into two. Two turned into four. Transportation costs quietly doubled. Gifts slowly crept above budget. Subscriptions stayed active because it's just one more month. Nothing felt wrong. That's the problem. December creates what I now call financial invisibility. You don't see the damage because it's fragmented. Your brain doesn't calculate totals. It calculates moments. You don't think, this month will cost me an extra $700, you think. This is just $25 tonight. December is full of just this once decisions. Your brain never adds them up in real time. It only does the math when it's too late. The next illusion, December, creates is even more dangerous. The illusion that rules don't apply. December feels like an exception month, like discipline can wait, like the rules are paused. You tell yourself things like, I'll fix it in January. I deserve this after the year I had. This is just how December works. But money doesn't understand. Holidays and financial systems don't respect excuses. Every rule you break in December becomes harder to enforce in January. What hurt me the most wasn't even the money. It was the loss of momentum all year. I had habits. I tracked expenses. I reviewed my numbers. I made intentional decisions. December slowly broke that rhythm. I checked my accounts less. I delayed decisions. I avoided looking too closely. And once you stop looking, you stop controlling. That's when money starts making decisions for you. Momentum in personal finance is fragile. You can recover from bad months. You can recover from mistakes. But restarting discipline is far harder than maintaining it. January doesn't feel heavy because of bills alone. It feels heavy because you're rebuilding structure from a worse position. Financial stress is often psychological before it's mathematical. Then comes one of the biggest traps of all. The illusion of extra money, bonuses, gifts, end-view income. December money feels free. It isn't. It's future money arriving early. And when money feels unearned, it gets spent emotionally. You don't protect it. You don't plan it. You burn it. January income stays the same. But obligations increase. Margins disappear. That's when stress shows up. Not because you're bad with money, but because you misunderstood timing. Another trap December sets is social normalization. Everyone spends more in just December, so spending more feels normal. Your reference point shifts. What felt expensive in October feels reasonable in December. You don't want to be the one who says no. You don't want to miss moments. You don't want to feel out of place, so you spend to match the environment, not your actual finances. That's not generosity. That's pressure. Here's the uncomfortable truth. December doesn't destroy finances. It reveals weak systems. If one month can undo a year of progress. The progress wasn't protected. Strong systems survive pressure. Weak ones collapse under it. December is pressure. For a long time, I thought my mistake was overspending. It wasn't. My mistake was treating December as an emotional month instead of a strategic one. I didn't plan for predictable stress, and predictable stress always beats unprepared systems. Here's what changed everything for me. I stopped treating December like growth mode. I switched. It's defense mode. Defense doesn't mean no fun. It means intentional limits. Before December starts, I decide how much damage I'm willing to accept. A hard spending ceiling, not flexible, not emotional, non-negotiable. That single number protects everything else. I also stopped assuming January would fix it. January doesn't exist yet. Only December decisions do. So now I plan January before December arrives. Savings, bills, cash flow. That way, when January comes, I'm not reacting. I'm executing. Another key change was staying imperfectly consistent. I still track expenses in December, even if it's messy, even if it's incomplete. Momentum matters more than accuracy. Once you stop tracking, restarting becomes psychologically expensive. There's another layer to December. That took me a long time to understand. December doesn't just affect your wallet, it rewires your financial memory. Most people don't remember what they spent. They remember how December felt, the dinners, the gatherings, the moments. Your brain keeps the emotion, not the numbers, because the emotion was positive. Your brain labels the behavior as safe. That's dangerous. The pleasure happened in December. The pain shows up in January. Your brain never connects the two. That's why the same mistakes repeat every year. This delay creates a silent cycle. Every January, people promise to be better with money. They reset, they plan, they track, and by November, things look fine again. Then December arrives, and the cycle repeats. That's when I realized December isn't a spending problem, it's a memory problem. So now, in early January, I review December line by line. Not to punish myself, not to feel guilty, but to reconnect cause and effect. This dinner led to this balance. This impulse led to this stress. This moment cost me this flexibility. Once your brain sees the full picture, the spell breaks. December also destroys something else quietly. Decision energy by the time December arrives. You're tired. You've made thousands of decisions all year. Work, life, money, December adds. More on top, where to go, what to buy, how much to spend, when the brain is exhausted. It chooses convenience over strategy. That's not weakness. That's biology, which is why relying on willpower in December is a losing game. That's why systems matter so much. If the spending ceiling is set, you don't debate it. If January is planned, you don't panic. If tracking is habitual, you don't avoid it. Systems protect you when you're tired, emotional, and distracted. And December is the perfect storm of all three. One final realization changed everything for me. December isn't the end of the year financially. It's the bridge to the next one. How you cross that bridge determines how January feels. Same income, same calendar, completely different outcome. Now I don't ask, how much fun can I have in December? I ask, how do I want January to feel? That question reframes everything. If you want to survive December financially, you don't need more willpower. You need systems that expect failure, systems that assume emotions will show up, systems that plan for pressure, systems that protect your future self from your present self. December is not the enemy. Unprotected finances are. If there's one thing I want you to remember, it's this. December doesn't ruin finances, it reveals them. And once you see the pattern, you can break it. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you think differently about money, Subscribe to Bank It Up, hit like, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next breakdown. More real, honest finance videos are coming, and I'll see you in the next one.